and welcome back to read or not to read for my most recent book-to-movie comparison. Today we're going to be looking at Chocolat versus Chocolat. Buckle up, people, this is going to be one exciting ride. On the whole, there are a good number of things that I actually prefer in the movie over the book. Especially the ending. Oh my gosh. I had serious issues with the way that the story ended. More about that in a minute. As for the film, I did dislike that the extra plot details that they infused into the story to better adapt it to the screen came at the expense of the vivid characters from the book. Even though Armand was played by the beloved and fantastic Judi Dench, she was not as interesting a character on screen as she was on the page. I thought her entire storyline, especially with Luc, was handled poorly. I didn't get a good sense of their relationship. I thought it was horrible that they have Luc be the one to discover her dead. I suppose they wanted to skirt around the issue that in the book Armand actually planned and arranged for her death. But if they were trying to avoid potential unpleasantness, then I don't think having her grandchild discover that she has died while he's doing her dishes was a good way to go. It felt horrific and traumatic, and even to me, and I knew it was coming. Now, on the upside, it did act as a step in the repair of Luc's relationship with his mother, which is probably what they were really going for. Now, I love Johnny Depp, and I loved Johnny Depp as Rue. I did not love, however, how they altered his character to be so blasted mellow. They played his initial distrust of Vian, but after that they didn't stay very true to his character at all. I don't remember any memorable conversations between him and Armand, and their relationship was one of my favorite parts of this entire book. This big, gruff man and this little tiny old woman giving each other such a hard time. He didn't even get mad when his boat burned down. He didn't go off and sulk. He was almost too perfect. The film took away the flaws of his personality to fit him into the role of a romantic interest for the film, but the flaws were what made him interesting. Now, I didn't entirely mind that the film turned Rue and Vian's relationship into a romance. Even though it didn't happen into the book, exactly, with the way they altered the story and the ending, it actually really worked for the film. And since the relationship of Rue and Josephine in the book is talked of as an eventuality and never actually happens within the context of the story, I didn't terribly mind it all that much. Because I actually really loved the ending that Vian got. What can I say? I'm a happy ending kind of girl. I was very sad to see that the film didn't play up Vian's magic. Instead, they shifted it all onto the clever North Wind and invented this entire backstory about her mom and how they're both called by and dragged along wherever they need to go by this clever North Wind. And it pulls her from place to place like the mysterious and unseen Charlie giving mission directives to his angels. Part of what I loved about Chocolat was this essence of magic realism. This sort of unexplained reality that yes, there is magic in the world, and yes, Vian can use it, and yes, people don't really believe that she can, but she does it anyway. In the film, Vian was made a much more volatile personality, which I didn't love. In the book, she doesn't fly off the handle when Renaud tries to convince everyone to boycott her shop. Now, for the most important part of this little comparison, let's talk about the ending. In the book review I did for Chocolat, I ranted a bit about how unsatisfactory I found the ending, especially concerning Renaud's character. No offense to Joanne Harris, but I kind of hated the ending that was in the book. The movie, on the other hand, literally did exactly what I expected and hoped to see in the book, especially concerning Renaud's character. True, they drastically changed his role in the story, from the zealous, self-absorbed priest to the mayor who doesn't want to admit to the entire town that his wife has left him. But the final scene in the book, when Renaud breaks into the chocolate shop to demolish everything and instead crawls into the window display and stuffs himself with chocolate. They did that exactly as I wanted it to be. What I was waiting for the entire book. Instead of being caught in the window by the whole town and turned into a laughingstock, Renaud is instead awakened by Vian and the priest, who help him out of the window. And Renaud looks at Vian, and he looks at what he's done, and he's horrified. He is mortified, and he apologizes. He changes. Now, I don't think that the film needed to change Renaud from a priest to a mayor. They probably only did it to work a romance in between him and Caroline Clément, who they also made a widow, incidentally, in the movie versus the book. Which again was unnecessary because it didn't need a romance storyline to make Renaud's character make sense or to give him a redemption arc. It wasn't necessary. But it did change both of these characters into more sympathetic characters, and I liked them a whole lot better in the film than I did in the movie. Granted, in the book, I don't think you were really supposed to like either of the characters, but the way that it was handled in the film, it made the story better. It made the story a happier story for me, and so I loved it. I also didn't mind the priest character that they created to fill the vacancy that Renaud's change left in the story. And no, not just because he's caught by the uptight mayor singing, "You ain't nothing but a hound dog." Although that part was fun. But see, the thing is, the ending didn't just benefit Renaud. It benefited everyone. Nearly everyone accepted the chance to change and grow over the course of the story. Like Caroline, the controlling mother who learns to finally trust her son, and Luc, who in the book despises his mother but simply tolerates her, but who by the end of the film actually reached an understanding with his mother that they used to repair their relationship. This was what I truly wanted to see in the book. This growing and changing of most of the characters instead of just the elite few. I wanted to see the various relationships actually benefit from the events, and that is what the movie version gave me. The town itself became happier because their issues were resolved and the people became closer because of it. So, book versus movie? Well, the movie had its flaws because it really took away from a lot of the vivid characters and just the concept of the magic that I loved overall, but it gave me the ending that I loved and was waiting for and hoping for so long. And the book was beautifully written, fantastic concept with beautifully vivid characters, and an ending that I hated. So together they kind of make the perfect story. So I really, honestly, truly feel that the only way to experience the Tale of Chocolat is to read the book and watch the movie, not in that particular order. Because they really are very, very different stories, both with their great flaws and their wonderful, wonderful perks. I don't know, have you seen the film? Have you read the book? Which one did you like better and which were your opinions? I would love to know. Alright, for right now, that is all from me, but I will see you next time. Adios. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. Well, you ain't never caught a rabbit and you ain't no friend of mine. Well, they said you was high class, well, that was just a lie. Well, they said you was high class, well, that was just a lie. Well, you ain't never caught a rabbit and you ain't no friend of mine.